Last time on The Great Ace Attorney 2.
I've never been so thankful.
What?
Sholmes, what have you done?
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Do I have a crumb or such like on my face?
No, I was just wondering if the curtain matched the drapes.
Oh, Sarah. Ooh, I didn't need to think about that. And now I'm thinking about that. I don't need to... There is one particular feature about my person that has changed. You should notice it in the end. I really hope it's not his
In
hair.
the end?
I'm
short...
hoping it's something really obscure.
It'll be like, yes, I've sewn elbow patches onto my shirt.
That case aboard the SS Burya in January. Kazuma wasn't killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time.
Oh, caught me red-handed. I mean head. Oh no.
So what was really going on?
It was a simple enough task to silence the crew. I assembled them in the lobby area. Then I made them swear to leave him unconscious and have him unlaid from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse.
But why? Why do it in the first place?
I will be at liberty to elaborate in due course.
It's an advertisement column. It says, to the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League? Well, two things you must know about the Red-Headed League. Clearly, this has something to do with that lively hair.
Yeah, lively's one word for it.
Yeah.
As you say, they literally took the red slider and just went, Max. They took the red slider and went, yes. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest
just
exploits.
Skip to the end.
That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. So why did it have to go so wrong? As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Science Symposium begins tomorrow. My dedicated right hand of many years was recently put out of action in spectacular fashion.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still of service? I mean, it does seem to be quite good at grasping that stick.
Well, I have a good firm hold of the shaft, do I not? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Disillusion Plays, The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where we play the games and do the voices.
3 HP.
Clive!
3 HP, best I can do.
Come on, everyone. I'm Clive.
I'm Torga. I mean Sarah.
And I'm Sid. I mean Taylor.
Thank you, Clive. Yeah, so you don't know what we've been playing. Anyway, no, we're not going to play it on the channel.
Oh Christ,
Sorry.
we'll be there. We'll be there till we die.
Indeed. So
No, that's when we play Persona 6. That's going to be the 10-year-long Let's Play.
Oh my God. I mean,
we might actually have a Guinness World Record if we do that.
yeah, I mean that would be amazing, but oh boy.
Not 10 years.
Welcome to the world's longest Let's Play.
Anyway, hopefully you enjoy. If you find yourself enjoying our episode, our banter, our shenanigans, then before we hop on in, why don't you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell. And with that, let's get the heck into the game, shall we?
I think we've just entered the Guinness World Record.
The Guinness World Record.
World Record for whirlwind introduction.
For the longest intro.
For the worst introduction ever. Guys, it's time to be serious. It's time to be serious.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, my controller's about to fall off my lap. No. I was just turning round to
yes.
Oh God!
This is the sort of high-quality, organized content that you tune into. This is disorganized plays. We're no longer disillusioned plays. We are disorganized plays.
I have to say, the sheer struggle of man as Pete tried to put his mug down was immense.
Yeah, because I got like a table. We've got like a little table for our recording equipment, And like, it's not really got enough space for our like tea and stuff. Yes, tea. We're British.
Yes, we're British.
Get over it. And so I was so I'd finished my tea, and I've got a table behind me, and I was just reaching around to do it, and then I grabbed my headphone cable and yanked my microphone across the thing. It's like, oh God, it's all going wrong. Oh no! I've been fast attacked. Damn it!
Oh my God!
What is happening?
I want you to know that we are being judged.
Oh my goodness, guys, I think I might pass out.
No, please don't.
All right, okay, so...
Okay, come on, Strongheart. Pull it together.
So, Strongheart. Let me remind myself of the... Strongheart is the basically Van Zeeks, but not quite as hello. He's the...
Fancy, but not quite as hello.
Hello.
Nobody in your country knows it was him, and neither do the citizens of London.
The main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time. I understand.
Correct. However, it has to be noted that there were some supporters of the Professor's apparent cause.
What? Supporters of a mass murderer?
The majority of the man's victims were a blight on the aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, their deaths actually benefited society as a whole.
Especially Clint, as I was able to progress up the ladder. I mean, tragic shame. Tragic shame.
Or so a fair few thinkers in London believed anyway.
Right. I see. But it was still murder, wasn't it?
Who doesn't like a good murder every now and then?
It seems very similar, doesn't it? To the idea of the Reaper of the Bailey.
Gasp.
No comment.
No comment at all.
Okay, have we exhausted all dialogue here then?
Well, I see 4 exhausted dialogue options here, Sarah.
Exhausted?
I was going to say expended, and then I decided to say exhausted. And so that would imply that we have indeed said all of the things. So,
Actually, well, look at the move screen, because if Susato says... I think
Susato
it's
says, yes, I feel nervous. I'd like to borrow books. What a grand place. Shall we return home now that we've no further business here? All right, then.
No.
Okay.
Shall we return Sholmes?
Oh.
Taylor, get out.
Oh.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh, God.
Oh, right! I forgot about that!
Me too.
Here is my guest now. My latest client with money to spend.
Ooh! I hope it's an exciting case, Hurley!
It's not going to be us. It's like, remember, Iris? We are at present gripped by the greatest problem known to man. I must be willing to accept any case, no matter how unstimulating. Save locating a runaway, of course.
Don't spare anyone's feelings, will you? What? I don't get it.
Because Chasm has, like, disappeared again,
Oh.
I believe.
So I guess he doesn't want to help him find him.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm afraid that Hurley can lack a little tact. Especially just before the rent is due.
I'm sorry, Iris, what was that last part?
The rent, Hurley, the rent!
I'm afraid I didn't...
Oh.
Thwack! Like,
Oh, it's her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
She has the fast voice.
Yes, she does.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sherlock Sholmes! Please! Oh, please!
Very good.
Please find my husband! He's run away!
He runs
Well,
away.
if you-
He runs away.
He runs away!
So
He
frequently.
runs us.
I make advances and he just is petrified, poor man!
Well, I mean, if you need a new husband, Mom, I am available. My goodness.
Taylor? Who the heck is this in Sholmes' house? Who's this male voice?
That's Sholmes when he's putting on the alluring
Don't
tone.
mind me, madam. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god, the freaking red hair. Ugh.
And he's got
To
to fight.
upset me.
I beg your pardon?
Never mind. A personal matter. My apologies. What exactly are you trying to say, Mr. Naruhodo?
I didn't say a word.
Come, my dear madam. Be seated.
My goodness.
Taylor! Calm yourself. Control your loins, sir.
Well.
Come! My dear madam, be seated. Iris, some tea, if you please.
Of course.
Good, good.
Well, as they've already got her model in the game, they had to use her for something else.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would hope so.
What's the matter, Miss Susato?
Oh, it's just that gentlewoman.
I know she's quite lovely, isn't she?
Will you put your eyeballs back in
Susato,
your
take
head?
down!
I feel sure I've seen her somewhere before. Very recently.
Very recently.
Yes, now you come to mention it.
Evie.
Okay.
As I explained earlier, my name is Evie Vigil.
Honestly, that freaking
Ever
top.
Vigil.
Oh, ever vigil. Ever vigilant, I guess, maybe?
I guess so, because she's very, observational, isn't she, with relationships, if I recall.
Would make sense.
I honestly, that freaking outfit, it's not a period appropriate, guys.
It's not, no.
It's really not. Excuse me.
I don't know what you mean.
Excuse me, man.
Excuse me. Sholmes, eyes up top, sir.
My face is up here.
Up there.
I implore you to take the case, sir. Money is no object. Simply name your figure.
Your figure, madam.
Money and wealth are of little consequence to me, madam. Although I say that not really considering the rent, apparently.
Iris slowly raises the gun towards...
This is the horny gun, Hurley.
No. Oh, God. No, like I said, that's enough. Being offered a case to solve is reward enough.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you are the picture of benevolence.
That being said, a few guineas wouldn't go amiss. I will, of course, make a mental note of your offer, however, for contingent reasons.
Yes, I'm making a mental note of something.
I trust you'll remember your words also.
If I might inquire, sir, this gentleman and lady would be
In love. I mean, me?
Mr. Naruhodo.
I am now also realizing that my freaking lizard brain is more is more of a pervert than I expected. Because again, so I mentioned before about her dress, right? Mm-hmm. So looking at her dress, obviously there's the sort of low cut aspect of it. Okay, fine, and it looks
The
like
plunging neckline, you might
yes,
say.
but then
Very plunging.
it looks like beneath the sort of neckline, it looks like there is some more of the somewhat see-through fabric of some kind, exposing more of the cleavage, and yet that is not the case, is it? It's part of the sort of decoration that goes all the way down the front of her dress. It's just the colour. It makes it look like it isn't. And so my lizard brain is going, horny. But it's not.
Will you put it back in your trousers, young man?
I think we've got a first here where Pete is the one that is the most engaged.
Yeah,
Yes.
I need the horny bat this time.
Yeah.
It's me. Oh, well remembered.
There you go.
There we go. Yay.
Pete gets the horny bat this
There you
time.
go. Thank you.
Oh, me?
What I am about to tell you, I should like to communicate in the strictest confidence, you understand?
Ah. These are my friends. I assure
That's what
you.
Pete. That's what the sort of pause that Pete takes when he's thinking about how to describe me.
Is it?
Oh yes, Taylor's my I know him. I am aware of who he is.
I am aware of his presence.
Taylor is my YouTube associate. Yes.
YouTube colleague.
Colleague, indeed. That's it. We're not actually friends. Like when we stop recording, we all just go our separate ways and we meet up next weekend.
Right.
Even though Sarah and I are married, we just sit on opposite sides of the house.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the stereotypical British marriage, isn't it? It's like, you spend as little time in the same room as possible.
Yeah, he just locks me back in the cupboard under the stairs.
I'm
Until
sorry.
it's time for dinner, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then it's like, get in the kitchen, make me a sandwich.
I'm sorry, guys. I've realized.
This is a joke, by the way!
I realized that as we continue down this silly rabbit hole of silly tirades, we will be drawing the ire of certain viewers who think that we diverge from the game a little too much.
I'm sorry.
We should perhaps get back on track.
Sorry.
I assure you. Well, I was the one who was getting us off track, so you don't need to apologize. I'm apologizing.
Well, I went on along with it.
Well, gosh darn it, we're all sorry. I assure you. What voice is that? I assure you, you may say before this pair anything which you may say to me.
I love you.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
I see.
I can vouch for the gentleman personally. After all,
This is going to be an actual compliment.
he's hard of hearing.
Nope, of course. Why did I ever get my hopes up?
I don't even get the joke.
The idea being that obviously if you are hard of hearing or, you basically, if he's deaf, it doesn't matter what she says to him
yeah,
because he
yeah.
won't be able to hear it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wondered if there was something else there that I'd just not picked up on, but okay.
Forgive me for asking, Mrs. Vigil, but have we met somewhere before? Quite recently, perhaps.
Oh, my.
My dear fellow, what is your intention? Clearly you have no ability to differentiate the facial features of the English.
Wow, okay.
Well,
If you wish to invite the lady to tea, you must do so in a more gentlemanly
I
fashion.
am feeling personally attacked at the minute, so,
I mean, if you just think, what would Professor Layton do? Luke, my boy, invite the lady to tea.
So we break into somebody else's office and hunker down to avoid the storm?
It was his office!
That's not my mental canon. My mental canon is that he picked the lock and is like, very well, Luke, we're going to stay in here until somebody discovers us. And if they ask what we're doing here, we're just going to say that we're solving a puzzle. Professor, why are we doing this? Because solving puzzles doesn't pay anything, Luke.
Is it possible that you're the nice young lawyer from the trial I attended last week?
Ah! I knew I recognized her.
To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand. Oh gosh, oh golly, it sent shivers down my spine.
I didn't quite recognize her because she's acting so differently now.
I guess I like that.
Okay.
I'm glad that you phrased that like a question because I don't see the difference.
I mean, that justifies me forgetting her voice.
you haven't forgotten me though.
It must be very difficult for you as a lawyer. Being hard of hearing, I mean.
Yes. It
Sorry!
is!
Hard of hearing!
Beg pardon?
Sorry. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Don't worry if you can't hear. It was frippery, really. Nothing more.
Frippery?
Frippery.
I'm
I
going
like
to
that word.
fripper Mr. Sholmes upside the head. Now look what you've started, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you very much.
Oh my boy. I believe it would be prudent of you to sit quietly in the corner.
Oof.
And I believe it would be prudent of you to shut your howling screamer. Yes.
I love the grumpy. Yes. Tell us about your husband, madam. Are you single? Now.
I said he was missing, not dead.
Yes, but I mean, but now, of course.
Mr. Vigil, my daily, is 40 years of age.
Oh, so he looks like Mr. Garrett. Wait, what?
He looks like
better.
Mr. Garrett
I have a photograph here.
of before the war, 30 years ago.
No. Oh, he's very dashing.
They really have no consistency with the age thing.
No, they
but
don't.
this
Because
will
if
be
you show me
before.
a picture that is like, oh yes, he's 40.
This'll be before. It'll be when he was much younger.
No.
An entirely unremarkable gentleman.
Well,
By appearance, at least.
he's a
How-
devil in the sheets.
How long? I'm afraid I don't want to know, madam. How long have you been married?
It will be 15 years this year.
Wait, what?
We have a cordial relationship, and my husband's income is more than adequate, so we live quite comfortably.
So they got married at 20. Taylor, why is it so hard to believe they got married at 25?
No, I'm not saying I have a problem believing he got married at 25. I'm wondering how old she is then.
Does it, like, maybe she's like 38 or something? 36!
36.
So she was like...
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so like what, like 20, 21? 21.
Wow, I wish I looked that good at 36.
Me too. Although I'm not there yet, but I hope I look as good as that. You want me to read it again?
It's okay. I wasn't sure if you had read it or not because
I
I
had.
wasn't concentrating on it.
Yes, I
As-
know what you were concentrating
I
on.
was not. It was Taylor's age thing. As it would appear, I need only look at you to know these things.
Oh gosh!
Your dress is the latest style. Your hat clearly regularly groomed, and your eyes are animated.
I mean, kind of.
In short, you have no inkling as to why your husband might have disappeared. Correct?
That's right. He's a kind gentleman with a strong sense of loyalty, and he rather dotes on me.
Yeah, her eyes aren't very animated, are they? They're literally just staring straight into the void. She's seen some stuff, guys. Which would point to the possibility that he has become embroiled in some incident or other.
Oh, that's exactly what I fear must have happened, Mr Sholmes. I'm quite beside myself.
Actually, I think you'll find that you're standing right there.
My husband's employment is somewhat unusual, you see.
Oh dear.
What if he's incurred some miscreant's ill will?
What exactly is your husband's line of work?
He's a warder at the prison.
Oh,
Oh,
God, that is somewhat unusual.
okay. I mean, it's not as unusual as I was expecting, if I'm honest.
yeah. I was thinking, oh yes, he's a clown, or he's a magician, or something like that.
I was
but-
expecting something a bit more unscrupulous, if I'm honest, but...
Does he have red hair? He's joining with the red-headed
Oh,
league.
God. So, your husband is a prison warder.
Actually, I think you should make a note of that right now, because I wouldn't be surprised if it turns around and that when we see him in color, he is going to be red-haired.
He is in
And
colour.
then Sarah will have cracked the case before
I-
we even started.
I think we have got him in colour. I think he's a pit. Oh, he's not got
Oh.
red hair. Oh.
Well, guess we're just going to dash that theory straight away.
Well, it was worth
Oh.
a shot.
Daily vigil and evening vigil.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense because he's a warder, so daily vigil. He's got to keep vigil over the prisoners.
I guess what, she keeps vigil in the evening?
Yes.
It feels like it's a newspaper. It sounds like a newspaper, the Daily Vigil.
Yeah, like the daily in the evening. Yeah,
I wonder if it is.
maybe.
I don't know. Anyway.
Come on, Evie.
That's right, yes. Well, in actual fact, he's the chief warder.
Indeed. I see. Well, Chief Prison Warder certainly qualifies as something of a specialist occupation.
Yes, it does indeed. Oh, my poor husband must prepare those dreadful punishments and see that they're carried out.
Dreadful punishments. Does she mean capital punishment?
No, probably the other ones where they tickle them relentlessly for hours.
You there, cake or death?
Cake on.
At such times, he must occasionally spend a night or two in the prison dormitory.
So at that point, he then has to be Evie Vigil.
Yeah.
But for that extra responsibility, he's remunerated more handsomely than the other warders.
Remunerated.
Oh, sorry. Of course, we make no mention of my husband's work to the neighbours.
Yes. I believe your prudence is justified. Justified.
Is it really that unscrupulous an occupation? Like, I feel like that. I don't know. That's a bit weird.
Tell me, at what prison is your husband engaged?
I mean, I suppose they could come under prejudice, because, nobody likes the law, do they? Barclay Prison, Mr Sholmes.
Really? Barclay? Oh, a fine establishment. If I'm not mistaken, there is a large cemetery just behind it.
The one where the
Wasn't
professor's
that where? Yes. Oh, and it all circles back round.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Lowgate Cemetery.
No. Lowgate Cemetery. The very place we were discussing in court. That's unbelievable.
And quite frankly, the odds are kind of astronomical.
Unbelievable, my dear fellow, and yet undeniable.
Sorry, Mr Sholmes. I'm afraid you've lost me.
Oh, my dear Evie. No worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head. We're just engaging in some conversation about past engagements. Ah, pay no heed, madam, pay no heed. A private matter.
This can't really be a coincidence. Can it? Although it is a Phoenix Wright game, so I suppose it could be a coincidence.
There is no such thing as a coincidence.
So, to the matter of your husband's disappearance, when did you realize he was missing?
When I hadn't been smothered when he rolled over on top of me in the middle of the night.
Please try not to laugh. Oh, it was yesterday.
I'm sorry. Yesterday?
That really is recent. Laughably so.
The truth is, my husband does at times have an occasion to spend the night away from his work. It's not at all out of the ordinary for him not to return home at night, but this is different. For him not to make any contact for a whole day. That has certainly never happened before. Oh, my dear Daly, whatever could have happened?
A little wiggle. My dear Mrs. Vigil, please calm yourself. Now then, have you contacted the police?
Why, naturally. But sadly...
Yes, I'm all too familiar with the uselessness of the yard.
Oi! They refuse to listen to my pleas as my husband has only been missing for one day.
I mean, honestly, it does sound quite ridiculous.
I was asked to wait patiently at home.
In truth, Mrs. Vigil, I concur with the police. However, let us not be hasty. I see no reason why we should not engage my deductive powers to track your husband down anyway. Besides, I have been unfathomably bored this morning.
And the rent is due.
And the rest, yes.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
So don't forget that you owe me. And furthermore, let me assure you, a chance to solve the greatest problem known to man for another month has no bearing on my decision. I seek only to put a sweet smile on another Londoner's face. That's really all there is to it. Honest.
Oh, you have my eternal gratitude. I shall pay any sum you care to mention.
Oh, honestly, compensation is truly not required.
£500.
Iris, how much did you say the rent was? For no particular reason.
You seek only to put this sweet rent in your landlady's purse. That's all there is to it.
Thank you for everything you've shared with us, Mrs. Vigil. I believe I have all the information I need to begin my investigation.
Oh, please report to me as soon with good news, sir.
Fear not, madam. In a day or two, I shall be contacting you with a heartening report. I'm quite sure.
Oh dear, to shreds, you say?
So soon. Oh, how splendid, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, you know, good news should be delivered early, I always say. If you would be so kind as to leave the photograph of your husband in my possession, that way I at least know what the heck he looks like. Would be much easier to find him if we remember that, yes. Thank you. Now, allow me to show you the door.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Sholmes. You've been simply marvelous.
Well, you know, you flatter me.
You know, I think it every time, Hurley. But how do you come out with such nonsense? Good news in a day or two? Are you sure?
I can't be sure, of course, but then I didn't swear on it. I merely gave the good woman some hope.
Wait, hope!
No.
I hope to be able to give her good news, one might say.
We were talking about this the other day, but Danganronpa has just kind of ruined the words hope and despair for all three of us.
Yep.
I was trying to forget about it, but I was reminded just now. But somehow, somewhere. After all, the rent must be paid by the end of day tomorrow. Jesus, that's soon. If by that time I've successfully located Mr. Vigil, we shall be mutually relieved. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Don't look at me with those pleading eyes.
You've done me no favors.
Well, my...
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Sholmes. I can't quite hear you because I'm hard of hearing!
Well, my dear fellow, did you hear the details of the case?
Is this... Did I just... Oh, there we go. Yes, my hearing is surprisingly good, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? Excellent. And what did you make of it?
Well, I was surprised to learn where her husband worked. At Barclay Prison, I mean.
So you noted that.
Of course. Especially with the mention of Lowgate Cemetery.
Oh, the sinister music. Lowgate Cemetery is at the rear of Barclay Prison. So it was renowned among us students at the university for being haunted by the ghosts of condemned convicts.
Barclay Prison is where that notorious man was incarcerated.
The professor.
And now, a warder from the prison has mysteriously disappeared, it would seem.
It's all very peculiar.
Indeedy-do. Indeed. But nothing you can't handle, I'm quite certain, Mr. Naruhodo.
Wait a minute.
Sorry? Run along to the prison and see what you can glean, would you? I've got a Stradivarius to play. It's the prison governor you want. No doubt the man is equally worried.
But aren't you going to go yourself?
Surely you needn't ask. I can't possibly be seen out with this hair! What's on your dear stalker?
Yeah.
But didn't you go to Lime Street with that hair?
That was a quite different matter. So I leave it in your capable hands. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm rather busy. Adieu.
Of course you are.
Oh, well, here we go again. We've got roped into something else.
Indeed, you do. Right, the prison governor's office. Barclay. Oh,
Barclay Prison is on the outskirts of London, backing onto a lonely burial ground. Its 4 high outer walls loomed quietly before us in the fog. But that was just London, so the fog wasn't that notable, really. Having requested a meeting, we were shown into the governor's office in the watchtower.
Oh
yes.
my God, the
Gone.
clock! The clock!
What the wait. Guys, I have a feeling that he may be a little suspicious.
He's a sussy baka.
He's a little bit, he likes his torture, doesn't he?
Let's.
Oh
he's a unit.
Lord!
He's a unit.
Oh, he's Scottish as well. I suppose should I do a
dude here.
shall I do a Scottish character for us?
You can if you want.
Yeah.
This place is full.
Deeper.
This place is full of hardened criminals. I can't even remember the last time a civilian was down here.
There you go.
And you.
Good Lord.
And you didn't want to talk to an inmate, but to me.
Oh, Jesus! That man's chin is stronger than my entire body!
You can know who I am. I'm the governor, barricading.
Oh, Caden.
Barricade.
Oh, Caden.
Did you just swear?
No, I went for.
Oh, I thought somebody swore then.
No, I was contemplating it, but I made like a flirt noise.
Oh, my
He's just like
Lord.
freaking Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
You can know who I am. I'm the governor, barricading.
Oh, yes, it's a pleasure. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo defense lawyer. Hi.
And
also,
an
his
Easterner.
pin is a jail cell door.
I see.
Oh, yes. And his belt.
Does that mean
Yes, I'm a visiting student of law from the Empire of Japan.
Japan? Did you say Japan?
Yes?
Oh,
Well, there's no any of your kind here in here, laddie. Maybe you should try the prison next door, eh?
I didn't notice another prison next door, sir.
It was a figure of speech.
No.
Could you sod off?
And
That wasn't me. What did they say?
anyway, we came to ask you some questions
No, I
about...
didn't like to be so direct, but I've no intention of speaking with the likes of you suspicious-looking Easterners.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Now get out of my hair.
So as soon as he finds out that we're from Japan, he reacts like this.
Aye, because I'm a racist bastard.
Oh,
That surely means...
I think it's because of the professor case.
The prosecutor case? But why?
You think so too?
Aye.
10 years ago. Genshin Isogi. Were you thinking Genshin Impact? again?
Will you foreigners with your Genshin Impact, get out of my office now! You're still
Also
here.
known as the Professor, was incarcerated at this prison. And then, after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in the cemetery behind the prison.
You do realise I can still hear you. What are you doing?
Why are you still in the office?
I might have known. You're sniffing around about that case, aren't you?
Uh-oh.
Your agents, eh? Part of the Professor's great web, no doubt.
No, not at all! We're just...
Get gone with you, before I punch your lights out.
Oof.
We're going! Normally people would just stand around in their office and talk amongst ourselves. How rude. Clearly the ghost of that killer still haunts this place. We're not going to get anywhere here.
You're still in the office!
Unless we can somehow prove to this man that there's nothing suspicious about us.
Governor Caden.
What are you thinking, Miss Susato? Do you see the size of that man?
Oh, what's that? Is that a little wee sound there? That the sound of someone who's still in my flipping office?
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize. So that's I couldn't quite picture what that was. But that's a bird, and that bird has seen some things.
Yeah.
You might also notice that bird is really tight in that cage.
Yeah, it's like that's inappropriate size cage.
This was the only cage they had at the store, so I just crammed it in there.
I feel sure that name came up in conversation recently somewhere.
Oh, of course, caged bird, metaphor for jail. Got it. Very, very symbolic. I don't know why he needs the gun, though. I mean, honestly, I feel like, with the battle axe, he could just,
To shoot the escapees, obviously.
Well, no, I mean, he could probably just run them down. He just takes one flying leap and lands in front of them.
Yeah, but why exert yourself? Just use the gun. Zero exertion. Zero energy wasted.
I was wondering if whoever mentioned him might have some ideas to help us.
Come to think of it, I have the same feeling.
Was it Jigoku or was it her dad?
That's a good question. I don't know. So what we doing? We're presenting something.
No, I feel like we'd need to go and talk to the person first to get something.
Oh, what? To sort of get permission?
Yeah.
Get a sort of a missive. There we go.
Oh, yeah, do you know... Yep.
I don't believe we'd visited this place for some time. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Do you want to come over to this
Now, a
place?
fight between the judge and Governor Caden would probably
Oh, would you look at that?
shake the firmament itself.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Jigoku's
I'm
up there.
just man-spreading on the sea.
He is man spreading,
He is,
yeah.
yes.
Asserting his dominance.
That's Professor Mikotoba over there.
Ah, hello, you two. I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm unpacked.
But where's Judge Jigoku?
Well, he's probably bashing his gavel, I should think. Yes, he's not the relaxing sort. He's...
You're right there, sir.
Yes, I'm
That
fine.
tickled you a bit, didn't it?
Wait, what tickled you?
Yeah, I guess we'll never know. I guess you'll have to find out.
He was.
He knows it. No! Don't spoil it. What? It's a secret. You'll have to watch the episode and find out, won't you?
Who should have been paying attention?
You should have been
you
paying
bad-
attention, young man.
He's taken himself off to pay his respects to all the legal bigwigs.
Having only just arrived in the country today, goodness, he is full of energy.
Professor, you mentioned something before.
Yes, about Jigoku, yes?
About how you'd known the prison governor at Barclay Prison.
The prison governor of the prison. The prison.
Oh, Governor Caden, you mean?
So it is the same man.
Father, we must speak with the governor. But he refused to talk to us. He said we were suspicious Easterners.
Oh, that doesn't sound like him at all. I imagine he would have sounded more like, we're suspicious Easterners. Or something like that.
Yes, very good, Father. That's actually quite accurate.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm sure if I accompanied you, it would be a very different story.
Oh, would you? That would be wonderful. If you have time now.
But actually, I'm very, very busy with this newspaper. And sadly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment.
Man spreading all over the place.
Busy drinking coffee on a comfortable settee.
You see, there's something in this newspaper that I've never seen before. It's perhaps British invention, I don't know, called a crossword. And honestly,
Crossword?
I'm finding it quite fascinating.
And honestly, I've just gotten to where my ass has left an impression in the seat. I would just hate to lose it.
Only just started to get comfortable. Now, I have rather a lot to prepare for tomorrow, you know.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
What about the man spreading?
You Mikotobas are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts.
Or could it be that you Naruhodos are alarmingly bad at hiding your thoughts?
Oof, shots fired. Oof.
Let's not fall out now. I have an idea. I'll give you a written missive.
Here it is.
Yeah.
What's he writing on that piece of paper?
It's "You suck." Got him. Here's a letter of introduction for you. Hopefully, when he sees my name, he'll change his tune.
Ah, thank you.
The letter of introduction has been entered into the court record.
good luck then.
This is totally not setting up for me to die. In any way.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Oh,
Christ.
No, you two again.
Oh, I thought I told you to get out.
Yeah,
I told you to get out and stay gone.
get out of my office.
Oh, I'll permanently remove you from the face of this earth.
So, should we... Oh, ooh.
Oh, a ticket.
Let me see. Let's actually have a look-see here.
Well, this is the problem, because I can't seem to read a bally word of it. Professor Mikotoba has wonderful handwriting, doesn't he?
Yes, much like a doctor's. It's legible.
This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy.
I love it.
Genuine.
Is it just me, or does that make me sound extremely untrustworthy?
I do wish he'd at least call you a nice young man.
I'm really not sure that would help.
And then the other side.
Oh, it looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. The SS Grouse, first class cabin 001.
Oh, wow.
Very, very nice. Yokohama Department, 11th of September. London arrival.
Department.
Departure.
Oh, departure, sorry. I
It's
don't know why I
okay.
said departure.
It's okay. I make mistakes all the time, extremely frequently. So, I wouldn't worry.
I have set a world record for the most slumps.
No, I think my...
No,
that would be me.
I would say that would go to Pete in the intro.
Yes. I was going to say I'm rubbing off on you, but that just sounds worse.
My dear fellow.
My woes, my incompetence is rubbing off on you. There you go.
I'm going to read that line again. Yokohama departure, 11th of September.
Why are you
London
laughing,
arrival.
Miss Susato? Is it the mention of rubbing off on you?
I don't know what you mean. And I didn't get to finish my line.
Well, I just figured that we need to actually progress at some point.
But this is just rude. If you're going to treat me like this, Mr. Naruhodo, I am leaving.
Oh, no.
You can fight your own battles in court.
Oh, dear.
Ah, that's the boat that Professor Mikotoba and Judge Jigoku came on from Japan, isn't it?
No, I think they just swam in a rubber dinghy all the way there.
To be fair, if you look at Jigoku, he probably could swim all the
Jigoku
way.
was the raft, and Professor Mikotoba was sat on top of him and
No, he's got like a little inner tube, and he's just attached a harness to Judge Jigoku. And then he's there.
just like front crawling all the way over.
Yes, I think it called at Dunkirk on the north coast of France for a night before arriving in Dover.
To think it's been almost a year since we've arrived in Bend, Dover on the SS Berger.
Did you say bend over?
Yes, he did.
Why did you say? Why did you say that?
I don't know.
That's rude.
What do you mean? It is not.
Why did you say Ben?
We arrived in Ben, Dover.
It didn't-
It's not rude at all.
You know exactly what you're doing. You're just being rude.
It seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip, don't you think?
Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary.
And I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well, how strange. Where could it have gone?
Are you like this on purpose?
Ouch!
Ouchie.
Did I imagine it, or was that a comment accompanied by a little sigh?
A little sigh. Ah! Just that, really long and audible. Okie dokie. So it's
Pete's going to save that one for later. He's going to be like, oh, you like this on purpose, Taylor.
So that's interesting that it's updated it though. So perhaps it was indeed relevant that we looked at it. Right.
All right.
Presento.
If you just cast your eyes over this, Governor Caden.
What's this then? You can't pull the wool over my eyes, you good-for-nothing Japanese student.
That's very rude.
Mikotoba.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait, that young jock from the forensics laboratory. That Mikotoba.
Yes, exactly, him!
Oh, I hate you even more now. Oh dear, perhaps I should have said something sooner. I'm Eugene Mikotoba's daughter, Susato.
Jings?
Jings?
Jings! You're the young man's daughter? And you didn't think to mention that afore?
I do apologize.
Aye. Well, you'd best take a seat then. Can I offer you a cup of tea, perhaps? I didn't forget to try one of these. And didn't forget to try one of these wee handcuff biscuits.
That's actually just a normal-sized cup of coffee. It's just his hands are that big. Your father's influence is nothing short of amazing.
I'm bitterly regretting not announcing who I was from the outset now.
Aye. So then, what can I do for you, hen? You, hen?
Hen.
Hen? Would it be? Yeah.
Hen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it's a-
You,
So,
hen.
what can I do for you, hen?
It's like a term of endearment.
Yes. I wasn't sure if it was like, if they were cutting off, if it was then, and it was like, it had been
But
shortened.
what can
or
I
if it-
do for you, hen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're currently investigating a case.
Well, I mean, it's a bit weird though, because then if you take it like in the masculine, it's like, "What can I do for you, cock?" Like it just doesn't ring the same.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I mean, like over here, there's like a term. That's, all right, me old cocker. So there is a term.
I mean, it's not quite the same as me old cock, but me old cocker.
I think they
not
did
far
shorten
off.
it to cock as well. All right, cock.
That wouldn't.
I think-
that wouldn't surprise me.
All right, Pete, that's gonna have to be how you address me from now on.
All right, cock.
All right, cock. To be honest,
I mean-
like my granddad had a friend whose nickname was Cock, and he'd say, "Ah, Cock." It might have been a family member. It might have been a cousin, actually.
I mean, it feels more appropriate for someone who's close to you rather than like a complete stranger.
Yeah, you can't go up to someone. All right, Cock.
Yeah. 'Cause it does seem like an
Yeah, so I
quite
guess
offensive.
when Pete calls me a dick all the time, it's actually a term of endearment.
Well, it's based on your middle name, Richard, right? that you definitely have.
No, my middle name is Christian, which is kind of ironic. It's one of your warders.
Wait, you're going to
see.
spontaneously combust now you've said that out loud.
It's one of your warders, you see. He's gone missing.
Missing? Missing?
That's right. It's surely been reported to you as well, being the prison governor. News to me. Where did he put that cut? He just shoved it in his pocket. It's hot.
I haven't heard nothing of the sort. There's no missing persons in my prison.
Oh,
But how can that be?
it's Mr. Daily Vigil, your chief warder.
Vigil?
That's right. His wife came to us and asked us to investigate his disappearance. Let's skip the part about him only going missing yesterday for now.
Oh dear.
Oh, I warned him about sticking his head in my clock. Like,
Jesus.
I told him a million times, just don't put your head in there. Don't put any body part in there you don't want to lose. But he just wanted to take a look, and now his head's in there. I'm sorry.
It was modelled off the actual guillotine, and it is fully functional. I tried to tell him it's very sharp.
This is no
I
magician.
do things by half measures.
This is no magician's trick. This is real.
You did, if you put your head
I
in there.
didn't read the line.
Oh, did you? What was it? Not just for goodness' sake.
Clearly, that meant something to him.
Would you be so kind as to tell us what you know, sir?
Aye, of course. It's not a great deal, if I'm honest, but I'll do what I can.
He's missing.
All right.
I don't know where he's gone. Bye-bye.
All right then. Chief Warder Vigil.
We understand that Mr. Vigil is the chief warder here at the prison.
Aye. That he was. Strong sense of responsibility and dedicated to the job, no doubt about it. He was a fine warder.
Sorry, did you say was?
Well, you said he'd gone missing, didn't you? Aye. He doesn't work here no more. He left the job.
Oh. Oh, my.
When was this exactly?
Well, I mean, actually, now that you mention it, it was probably about yesterday morning. There's the question. When was it about? Yeah, can it be much less than? Can it have been much less than 10 years ago now?
What?
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 10 years ago? It stopped working here 10 years ago!
Aye, as I mind it. Do you ken? Oh my god. Do you ken?
Do you know? It's like, do you know? I haven't heard the fella's name in all that time.
All right, Taylor, telling me how. All right then. Yeah.
Now.
Look, as the resident Scottish accent expert,
That's it. You've just gone like full Gregson. Aye, as I mind it. Do you ken? I haven't heard the fella's name in all that time. That's a worry if he's gone missing though.
But Mrs. Vigil made no mention of it. I did wonder, though, how a prison warden made enough to put her in all those fancy clothes and hats, but...
I think perhaps, Mr. Naruhodo, that his wife simply doesn't know.
Oh, so he might be into some sort of unscrupulous stuff.
I think she's unaware that he no longer works here.
Oh dear.
Governor Caden, can you tell us what happened? Why did Mr. Vigil give up his daily vigil? I mean, his job here.
That's important, is it?
Yes, I believe it may be.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
I can't help wondering, given that it was 10 years ago. Which was exactly when the professor was being held at this prison.
So, Mr. Vigil actually resigned from the position of chief warder 10 years ago, you're telling us? What happened to make him leave the job?
In actual fact, he didn't leave the job willingly. He hadn't... What?
No, I don't know why he's like, he had no choice in the matter. I kind of grabbed him by the scruff of his neck and threw him from the window.
In actual fact, he didn't leave the job willingly. He had no choice in the matter.
You mean he was dismissed?
Yeah.
Oh, his vest is also striped like, prison
Oh.
garments, except they're in the opposite direction.
You mean he was dismissed?
That's one way of putting it, yeah? It was after a particular walk. Walk?
He started doing the Ministry of Funny Walks walk, and we couldn't keep him on the job after that.
Sorry, a walk?
Aye, that's our word for it in here. A walk to the gallows.
Oh, an execution.
That's it. It's the job of the chief warder to prepare the gallows tree and oversee any executions, you see. Only Vigil did something unthinkable on that last walk he was manning.
What did he do?
I'm sorry, but I can't reveal that information. But I can tell you that it's very rare for a chief warder to be relieved of his post.
But why wouldn't Mrs. Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here.
I wouldn't have ken anything about that, I'm afraid. Wouldn't have ken anything about that, I'm afraid. I think the ken
Yeah,
really
the Ken,
just...
I've not heard that
It
one.
is strange.
Can you perhaps answer one more question about the circumstances of his dismissal?
And what would that be, Hen?
That last execution that Mr. Vigil was responsible for overseeing. Was it by any chance the professor's?
My thoughts exactly.
Oh crap, you know about that then.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I'm no at liberty to answer that.
So yes then. I see.
Shucks.
My father came to Britain all those years ago in order to study forensic medicine. But you seem to have been well acquainted.
The dead room, the prison, and the cemetery have a lot to do with one another. After all,
Death room.
they need fresh corpses for forensic research. Do you ken?
Yes, I can imagine.
The advancement of medical science isn't always particularly palatable.
Your father worked in the laboratory just on the far side of the graveyard.
They called him Dr. Frankenstein on account of him sewing all the parts together, but I didn't...
In the basement of St. Sinners. It's still in use today.
St. Sinners? That's come up before, I'm sure.
The hospital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. We've been there.
Mikotoba and I have to used to ride in a carriage together and negotiate terms.
For more fresh material, I suppose?
Yeah. Aye. And we used to sit in here for hours and gab on about dissection and all sorts. Ugh, it takes me back. Over a pot of tea and a plate of cuff biscuits, of course.
How charming.
Charming's not the word I'd use, but you know.
He was a good fella, your father. Reliable. And dead set on his work.
Emphasis on dead.
But I'm afraid that we'll have to find out next week what's going to happen.
What?
Well,
What?
because I believe we're out of time, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Yeah, I'm like, are we going to actually end the episode or what?
Yes, but before there was a lot of dilly-dallying at the beginning, so I added a bit more. Okay.
Oh, all right. All right, then I'm sorry. We'll keep going if you want.
know,
I'll never understand you Japanese. I'll never understand you British.
But will he ever understand? We'll have to find out next time.
We'll have to find out next time.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But
Thank you, dear viewers, for tolerating us this great day.
This great Eve dead after
At time of
at some point in the day.
At time of recording, it's almost evening, so you know.
We hope you have a pleasant insert time of day here.
And if for some reason you do like what we do, then please consider giving us a like, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified of our video uploads every Wednesday and Saturday.
And with that, we're sorry.
See you in the next one.
And remember, if you are going to keep a guillotine grandfather clock in your office, make sure that nobody sticks their head in there.